All right, the next card is the Warrior. We often envision the warrior as an armored figure with sword in hand moving blindly toward battle. Yet the deeper aspects of this archetype bring us face to face with death itself. The warrior stands precariously at the edge of life and death, trusting the eternal to guide the sword's blade.
The Warrior card speaks to the courage, resilience, and inner strength needed to face life's challenges, but it also calls attention to the deeper, more spiritual aspect of the archetype. While we might traditionally think of the warrior as someone who fights with aggression or force, this card suggests that the true warrior is one who is willing to confront mortality itself, standing on the edge of life and death with grace and trust in the greater forces that guide us. The warrior is not just a fighter in the physical sense, but also someone who understands that there are battles beyond the visible, inner struggles, existential questions, and the inevitability of death. The warrior learns to surrender to the unknown, trusting in the process, the timing, and the guidance of something greater than themselves. The sword in this context may represent not just a weapon, but a tool of discernment and clarity, one that cuts through illusion and fear to reveal the truth. This archetype may show up when you're facing a difficult decision, a challenge, or a moment where courage and strength are required, not just in action, but in trusting the larger journey. It could also speak to the need to embrace your own power and resilience, even when you feel vulnerable or uncertain. Does this reflect a situation in your life where you're grappling with a tough choice, or confronting something that feels like it demands your full courage and trust?
It says, be careful as the warrior implies war. The two go hand in hand. Those who defeat others are strong. Those who defeat themselves are mighty. That's pretty based.
That's a powerful insight. Thank you for sharing it. The idea that those who defeat themselves are mighty shifts the warrior archetype into a deeper, more introspective space. While the warrior can be seen as someone who fights externally, this quote invites us to consider the internal battles, the struggle with our own fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs. The true strength of the warrior lies in the ability to face these inner challenges, to conquer the ego, and to rise above the lower instincts that might drive us toward unnecessary conflict. In this sense, the warrior becomes a symbol of mastery over oneself, a force not driven by external conquest, but by inner discipline, wisdom, and transformation. It's about aligning with your higher self, understanding that the most significant victories are often those won within, over the parts of us that hold us back, keep us small, or lead us toward unnecessary aggression or strife. This deeper aspect of the warrior might suggest that the real battle you're facing is one of self-mastery, conquering internal struggles, doubts, or patterns that no longer serve you. It asks you to reflect on where you're being called to cultivate inner strength and resolve, not through external victories, but through growth, self-discipline, and perhaps compassion for your own vulnerabilities. Does this shift in focus resonate with you?
Hell yeah, chat.